What's up, guys? Welcome to a new video, and in this video we are going to be talking about Lilith. Now, Lilith is this character in modern TV as well as some ancient texts that is described as the first wife of Adam. And how the story usually goes is that when God made man and woman from the dust of the earth, God created them equal. And this man and woman that God made was actually Adam and Lilith. And when he did this, because they were equal, Lilith refused to submit to Adam. And that obviously caused a rift in their, let's say, marriage. And she ended up leaving Eden and going her own way. And when she did this, she ran into a bunch of demons and had relations with them, became the mother of, let's say, demons, and was later also linked to harming infants in their cribs. Now, that's a wild-ass story, okay? But is there any truth to it? Because in our day, lots of people try to discredit the actual Bible. They try to act like there's some secret conspiracy out here when it comes to the actual Bible, like this is the hidden truth that we are trying to hide to keep all women down. Because as you know, in the book of Genesis, God makes Adam and Eve, and he makes Eve from the side of Adam, and therefore Eve in a way submits to him, or is meant to. Now, I'm not saying that that's right or wrong. I'm just saying that's what the text says. So what is the truth here? Does the original text from some ancient book say that God made Adam and Lilith first and then later on made Eve? Because God apparently learned from his lesson. So the truth is, this story about Adam having a first wife named Lilith actually comes from a 11th century text. It may be a little older than that, but it's roundabout there. It's called the Alphabet of Sirach. Now, in this text, it basically describes what I've just shared with you about her being the first wife of Adam, getting banished or leaving Eden and meeting up with some demons and spawning a lot of bad stuff, really. However, if you go further back in time, you do find other stories of a character named Lilith, but not from Jewish texts. We do actually get it from Babylonian texts. And one of these stories are called Gilgamesh and the Hulupu tree. That is a weird name. But in this tale, it basically talks of a particular demon who hid in a tree that a god created as a refuge for entities, and then refused to leave the tree. Now, this character named Lilith is in no way related to the Lilith in the 11th century text, the Alphabet of Sirach. So Adam and Eve, that particular story is in the Dead Sea Scrolls. It goes back really early. It's the earliest creation of man, let's say, story that we have that's related to the actual Jewish text. That's pretty much it. This whole thing about Adam having a first wife, somebody just made it up. We don't even know who wrote the Alphabet of Sirach, because it's what's called a pseudepigraphal work, which means that we don't know who actually wrote it, but they were claiming to be somebody else when they wrote it. Now, we find this in the New Testament as well. As you may have heard of the Gnostic Gospels, which made headline news a few years ago. And what you find in these texts is alternate versions of events portrayed in the earliest texts that we have, such as the canonical Gospels. So what this means is you could find wild stories about all of these biblical figures, whether we are talking about, let's say, Jesus making birds out of clay and breathing into them, as seen in the infancy Gospel of Thomas, which dates back to the 2nd to 4th century. Now, these works are known to be fraudulent. That's what the consensus of biblical scholars say on both sides of the aisle, whether they are Christian or non-Christian. So, albeit as much as it would be a fun idea to believe that there was some conspiracy here, that some early ancient text was found that describes Adam having a first wife, it's basically BS. And I'm saying this as a person who is not a Christian. You should pretty much trust your Bibles as the source of early Jewish and Christian belief. I hope this video makes your day. Don't worry about Lilith. It's all just a made-up story. Now, if you would like to add anything, or if you would like to correct me on anything, feel free to leave me a comment below. If there's any other video requests that you have or you want me to look into, also feel free to leave me a comment below. With all that being said, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. Click that bell icon. I make these videos weekly, and I'm going to be sticking to this niche, which is what I began this YouTube channel for, is to get into ancient stories and reveal what's most probably the truth. All the best and take care.